everybody could grab a seat. All right, thanks everybody. Just let a few more people get in the door. All right, it's my real pleasure this morning to introduce our next speaker, the 110th Mayor of New York City, Mayor Eric Adams. As I had the opportunity to reference earlier this morning, the Clearinghouse was founded in 1853, 169 years ago in downtown Manhattan, with the mission of providing efficient and safe interbank clearing among the New York City banks. Today, that mission continues with TCH providing key payments infrastructure throughout the financial system, and we clear and settle over $2 trillion a day. Mayor Adams, we're proud of our rich history, including our origins and our continual presence in New York City over many generations. And we're looking forward to continuing to call New York City home as we deliver payments innovation for all Americans. We're honored to have you with us today as we resume our annual conference following a 2-year break for the pandemic. By way of brief background, Mayor Adams is one of 6 children, born in Brownsville and raised in South Jamaica by a single mother. From his biography, facing a life-changing act of injustice at age 15, Mayor Adams made it his ambition to change the New York City Police Department from within and joined the NYPD, becoming one of its most outspoken officers, calling out racism and bias in the department and pushing for major reforms. After policing the streets during the high crime era of the 80s and 90s, Mayor Adams rose to the rank of captain and was later elected to the state senate. Subsequently, he was Brooklyn Borough President in 2013, and now, of course, Mayor of New York City. Throughout his professional life in the police force and elected office, Mayor Adams has remained focused on growing the New York City economy, investing in schools, reducing inequality and improving public safety, and advocating for smart policies and better government that delivers for all New Yorkers. Mayor Adams, thank you again for joining us today. It's truly an honor, and we look forward to hearing your remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Mayor Adams. Thank you.
Thank you, James. I have to get the staff to update the bio. Yes, I had 5 siblings, and Mom loved them all, but she just adored me. I was her favorite. You know, what a moment. As I reflect on the moment and move throughout this complicated city, I think about September 11th when I was a lieutenant in the New York City Police Department. Early that morning, watching those 2 buildings collapse right before my eyes. Part of the area of my policing career, I used to patrol that area. And seeing our center of trade just tumble and watch it just disappear. And this year, we look back on 2001, and we focus on those heroes and sheroes on that day. And I joined that. We're going to join it in a few days from now. But let me tell you what I focus on. Focus on September 12th. We got up. New York is built. Retailers sold goods, banks opened, cab drivers moved people around, teachers taught. When New York got up and displayed its resiliency, the entire country looked towards this city and made a determination that we would not allow anything to defeat us. And we're here again. COVID, of course, is not terrorism, but it terrorized us. We watched our loved ones go to hospitals, never to see them again. Many of the institutions that you lend to every day, their doors will close and some will never come back. We're wrestling with the concept of remote learning, remote working. We are so damn zoomed out. But we allow doom to define who we are. Every generation goes through their Pearl Harbor moment. Our Pearl Harbor moment may have been 9/11. Our children, they're experiencing COVID as their Pearl Harbor moment. But those Pearl Harbor moments don't destroy us, they define us. And I don't know what folks think, but this is America. This is the only country on the globe where dream is attached to its name. There's not a German dream, there's not a French dream, there's not a Polish dream, but damn it, there's an American dream. And at the heart of that dream are the men and women who sit in this room. You help those who want to open the small businesses that come here to pursue that dream. You help those who want to purchase their first home to sit around the kitchen table and talk about the collegiate experience of their children. Your role is so important. And people are watching what our banking institutions and our lending institutions are going to do. And it may be an uncomfortable conversation, and I lose votes all the time. But you know what? Time to get back to work. Don't tell me you can enjoy the nightclubs on Sunday, but you can't come back in the office on Monday. It's not acceptable. And this city can't focus on people staying home in their pajamas. Just can't. If we lose our center business district or the new business districts, the cross-pollination of ideas and energy and grooming the next generation to know how to sit down and communicate, how to shake hands, how to work in group, how to critical thinking, how to build a unique and diverse environment of other ethnicities and other ideas to produce a good product. And we can't divide the city, high-income earners and low-income earners. If my tellers are in, then my strategists that are higher-income earners, they need to lead by example. Your VPs and CEOs and CFOs, if they're not in the office, what message are they sending? How do we bring the business traveler back? 75% of our hotel occupancy comes from business travelers. If they don't come here with their spouses and their family members and go to Times Square, to the Broadway, and to the museum, then we're not going to employ the ticket sellers. That person that gives the shoe shine, or that person who's a dishwasher, or that works inside as a waiter, or a tour guide, we cannot be so dismissive and arrogant that we believe that as long as I'm okay, that the entire family's not okay. No, New York is based on an entire financial ecosystem that we all must eat off of. So what does that look like? That looks like stopping this madness of dividing our cities, saying our high-income earners should leave the city. 51% of our taxes come from 2% of New Yorkers. When I hear people say they need to leave, I say, no, you need to leave. I want my high-income earners right here in the city. The person who drives the limousine, I want them to be paid a good salary, and the person that sits in the back of the limousine. That's the partnership. But we can't do it without being safe. The prerequisite to our prosperity is public safety and justice. City has to be safe. And everyone must be on the same team. I am baffled at what's happening in the city. Those of us who were here during the mid-'80s and early '90s, everyone was on our side. The courts were on our side. The judges were on our side. The prosecutors were on our side. The people were all together, unified to say we deserve to be safe. That's no longer. Every law you see passed is passed to protect people who commit crimes. What about the people who are the victims of crimes? What about the people who lose their life savings because someone robbed them? What about the people who are traumatized because they lost a breadwinner through a homicide? When do we start protecting good, innocent New Yorkers? I'm a mayor that protects good, innocent New Yorkers. They matter to me. And I need you not only to have a business plan of how well you use your economic know-how, Your business plan must be connected to telling our lawmakers and prosecutors and judges they have an obligation of protecting our city. Because those employees that are unsafe or feel unsafe to come in the subway system, those are your employees. Those are your people. The individual, like young Miss Gold that was pushed on the subway track, those are one of your employees. These are your people. So your obligation and responsibility does not stay at the corporate boardroom. It goes into the legislative process in the city council and the state senate. All across the process, you must add your voice to saying we protect our police, we support our police, and we support the innocent people of this city because those are your people. Those are your employees. And I go to Florida all the time and speak to New Yorkers. And I tell them, there's only so much of this boring beach and sun you can get. You need to come on back to New York City. Come back to New York City. We have it all. From nightlife, to theater, to good schools, great colleges. But when you take all of that and put it together, I'll seek the weapon as one thing. I can borrow from the owner of Snapple Soft Drink. We are who we are because we're made up of the best stuff on earth. We're New Yorkers. We're New Yorkers. We are American City. And people come all over the globe just to experience this. And we would not have the success without you. You who are part of this financial institution, have to rethink this new city we are in post-COVID like we did post 9/11 and post other major events. But no matter what we do, we are resilient, we're invincible, and we will pivot and shift, and we're winning. People said it was going to be a bloody August. It's not true. Substantial decrease in homicides and shootings. Police commissioner is doing an amazing job. You know what happens normally Tuesday after Juve and Labor Day? You pick up the paper and ask how many homicides did it happen over the weekend. Did not happen. Because we got every city agency involved in our operation of how do we keep our city safe. What does that look like? There's a disorderly party on the block with a bunch of cars. Why is DOT off? No, DOT needs to be out there towing those cars. There's an illegal party somewhere in Brooklyn that someone is using a warehouse that they're not supposed to. It shouldn't be the police job. No, Department of Buildings was out there in the morning with my police officers showing that those buildings need to be closed down and the parties couldn't happen. Those illegal dirt bikes that we're all upset about, you know, we've been grabbing them almost 600 to 700 off our streets. And you know what we're finding? The people with the dirt bikes were carrying guns. We're bringing the team together. No more disjointed team. No more dysfunctional belief that we're going to have a silo city. Your taxpayer dollars deserve better than that. It's a perfect time for a person to have gone through a dysfunctional city to make it function. If you were to run your companies the way we were running this city, you'll be bankrupt. But this city had a mindset that their dollars were endless because it was your tax dollars that we were using. Not anymore. We went from stable to optimistic based on our budget. I'm going to spend your tax dollars the way you protect your invested dollars. City's ready to come back. City's ready to build. And with the right leadership, we're going to do that. Gave you my life for 22 years when I wore a bulletproof vest and protected the children and families of this city. I love this city. And I'm not going to allow it to go backwards. The city's going to go forward. You do your job, I'm going to do my job. We're going to operate as one team, Team New York. And once again, we lead the country. The way goes New York goes New York City. The way that goes New York City goes the entire country. That's how the globe operates. So I thank you. Thank you for believing in the city. Thank you for believing in yourselves. Thank you for believing in your institutions. Together we're going to rebuild our city. We are back in the game, and we will define the game. Thank you very much.